Station, Edinburgh's gateway to the rest of Great Britain. Every year, millions travel through these gates. But with all the hustle and bustle of travelling, have you ever stopped to appreciate what exactly went into building this magnificent station? Where does the name Waverley come from? What was the station built on? Did the people of Edinburgh even want it built? Edinburgh has roots which go all the way back to the medieval age. True to its name, Old Town is the oldest part of the city. Before being built, Waverley's site was known as Norlock.
This was essentially the dumping site for the city. They would dump everything that the old city was producing. It was also a site where they would perform punishments and executions, usually dump the bodies. You can imagine all the kinds of waste that the medieval city produced all found its way down to the lock.
Due to overcrowding, plans for expansions in the town were drawn up. A bridge across the valley to connect the new area was proposed. This was the First North Bridge, which was built in 1766. This bridge is no longer there, as it was replaced by the current North Bridge we see today. As Newtown was being developed, plans for a garden and a canal were planned.
So in the mid-1700s, they started to build what we now know of as the New Town, and this was done on a much more ordered Georgian architectural plan where you had wide streets and large squares in the middle where the carriages could drive and turn around, and all the new houses were much more spacious and intended to be much more healthier.
But when these proposals evolved into plans for a railway, people were not impressed. The people who lived on Princes Street said they were promised unobscured views over the gardens. They would much prefer the originally planned canal. Following the golden era of the railway in the early 19th century, 3 stations were established as the residents were constantly assured that the trains would be concealed from view and the smoke produced would scarcely be seen. The first was the termination of the North British Railway from England, the second was run by the Edinburgh, Perth and Dundee Railway, and the third was the eastern terminus of the Edinburgh and Glasgow Railway. The latter was subject to the most controversy as it meant creating a link to Haymarket through the gardens and the tunnel under the mound. Lord Henry Cockburn, a judge, lawyer and literary figure, led the extensive arguments and debates in Parliament. Around 1854, the 3 stations became known collectively as Waverley, after the Waverley novels by Sir Walter Scott. This is because the route to Carlisle through Waverley opened at the time. The Scott Monument, located on Princes Street, was erected in his honour. In 1868, the North British Railway acquired and demolished all 3 stations which originally belonged to their rivals. The station we see now was built on the same site. You can still see the original Victorian mosaic in the booking office. It has been in use ever since, transporting more and more commuters and tourists each year. Waverley has links to all the major stations in the UK.